So from the start of the program, the entire bloodline had entered into the garage of the arena in a fleet of SUVs, and they all got out, and they're celebrating, and there's Sami, and there's the Usos, Solo, Heyman gets out. Roman, here he comes. Sami goes for the fist bump. Roman turns and walks off on him, won't give him the fist bump. So then later on in the program, Sami was in the bloodline locker room talking to Roman with the Wyatt Heyman's facials and just any slight reaction. I just keep my eyes on him. He's incredible. But Sami's like, is there heat? The old Austin Idol, is there heat? It's not scalding, but I can feel it. It's there. Roman wants Sami to tell the truth about last week. What went on? And Sami, well, I was disappointed that the Usos helped me. I thought I was going to get to do it on my own. And Roman says, oh, so now I got to run my plans by you, the honorary Us. I could get the fuck out of here. And he kicked him out of the locker room. So it's looking bad for Sami.
What'd you think of that? The whole segment there where, again, they're ignoring the fact the camera's right in front of them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we have to live with that.
Unfortunately.
Be grateful for small favors.
But
right?
Beyond that issue, what do you think of this whole thing with Sami there and then Roman just turns the tables on him? You could tell by Sami's facial reactions.
Yeah.
Why do we have to do this every week? Why do I have to run everything by you? What do you think about this part of the show-long angle?
I like it because it's keeping the people that are rooting for Sami to somehow come out of this good or successful or whatever. I'm talking about the fans. They're cheering Sami. They want him to do something. They like him. They like what he's doing with this, and they want to see more of him. But it can't just every week be, sunshine, lollipops, rainbows, and waterfalls. There has to be some kind of conflict or tension. And they've been doing this with a slow build, and they're still not ready to choke slam each other to hell or whatever. But you can tell that now people are starting to get a little more tense about, oh, is Roman going to do something to Sami? Or will Sami turn the tables and join? They're wondering what might happen, and they're interested in it. Imagine that. In wrestling these days, I'll take it. But I like it because it can't all be nice. Sami has to be in some risk or some jeopardy into people's mind to keep people focused on him.
So then what about Heyman then turning to Roman as soon as Sami left the room?
Well, that's the thing. The next thing you hear out of Heyman and Roman talking is Paul said, I never liked Shmuley anyway. I never liked him since day one. And then he carefully, prefaces his pitch to Roman as your wise man. It would be, improper of me not to bring up. And this isn't, you've heard this a million times. It's an old Vince line. I'm not saying he fed it to him, but everybody knows up there it's an old Vince line. Heyman asks Roman, isn't it better to have Sami inside the castle pissing out than outside the castle pissing in? And that's an old Vince line from 30 years ago. So obviously they are conspiring to use Sami Zayn as Owens is trying to tell Sami, but Sami doesn't believe it yet. And then later on in the program, Heyman goes, go ahead.
You know what would help Sami find out if he watched the program?
Well, again, we have to... To get any kind of entertainment out of this shit these days, we have to just work with them on certain things. But then Heyman goes to Sami and says, hey, Roman wants to see you. So now they're in the back again. And Roman's like, oh, okay, Sami, you want to be part of the team? You want full communication. Okay. And Sami's relieved. But then Roman says, well, I expect the same love and respect from you as I give out. And Sami assures that the bloodline is first. I'll do anything. So Roman tells him, go find the Usos, get the exit ready, get the plane started or whatever. As soon as this signing is over, we're out of here. And gives him the fist. And the people popped when Roman Reigns gave Sami the fist bump in the fucking locker room backstage. They popped watching it on the monitor. So this is one of the only things they really care about.